Here's a clear, big-picture history of Brazil from its earliest roots to today. 1. Indigenous Brazil before 1500 before Europeans arrived. Brazil was home to millions of indigenous peoples, including groups like the Tupi, Guarani, and Macro-Jay. They had complex societies, agriculture, trade networks, and deep spiritual ties to the land. Many lived along the coast and rivers, which later shaped colonization. 2. Portuguese colonization 150018 to 21500. Portuguese explorer Pedro Álvares Cabral claimed Brazil for Portugal. Early economy focused on Brazil wood, then shifted to sugar plantations. Portugal brought enslaved Africans in massive numbers. Brazil received about 40% of all enslaved Africans in the Atlantic slave trade. Society became deeply unequal, structured around plantations, slavery, and colonial elites. Catholicism and the Portuguese language became dominant. 3. Independence and Empire 182 to 1889 18 to 2. Brazil declared independence, led by Dom Pedro I, son of the Portuguese king. Unlike most Latin American countries, Brazil became a constitutional monarchy, not a republic. Dom Pedro II ruled for most of the 19th century, bringing relative stability and modernization. 1888. Slavery was abolished with the Golden Law. Brazil was the last country in the Americas to do so. 1889. The monarchy was overthrown by a military coup. 4. The Republic and political turmoil 1889 to 1930. Brazil became a republic dominated by regional elites, especially coffee growers. Politics were unstable, corrupt, and excluded most of the population. Economy depended heavily on agricultural exports. 5. Vargas era and industrialization 1930 to 1945. 1951 to 1954, Getulio Vargas came to power after a coup in 1930. He centralized power, promoted industrialization, labor laws, and nationalism. Ruled as a dictator during the Estado Novo period 1937 to 1945. Remains one of Brazil's most influential and controversial leaders. 6. Military dictatorship 1964 to 1985. A military coup overthrew the civilian government. Period marked by censorship and repression, torture of political opponents, rapid economic growth followed by debt and inflation. Resistance grew through protests, culture, and labor movements. 7. Democracy and modern Brazil 1985-present 1985. Return to civilian rule. 1988 Constitution guaranteed civil rights, democracy, and social protections. Brazil emerged as a major global economy, but faced inequality, corruption scandals, political polarization. Recent decades have seen swings between left and right-wing governments, reflecting deep social divisions. Brazil today. Brazil is the largest country in Latin America, a global leader in culture, agriculture, and biodiversity, still grappling with the legacies of colonialism, slavery, and inequality.